All right, hello everybody. This is Brent Phillips here, the BP Ninja. I am here today to help you with Instagram and recruiting. This video is going to be on, it specializes in recruiting with Instagram. And the topics that we're going to be talking about today are setting up your profile for appearance based on whether it's your business or your personal profile, the do's and don'ts of Instagram, as a lot of people do things that they should not on Instagram, and there is lots of things that do work on Instagram. And then we're going to go over who to follow, because it's very important on who you're following. Then we're going to talk about how to get followers that are targeted. And then we're going to talk about how to create leads that are targeted for your industry as well. And then lastly, the thing that we're going to talk about is hashtags, because that is a subject that a lot of people either misuse, don't understand, or aren't using them effectively. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share my screen with you guys so that you can see what I'm doing and understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to start from scratch, just in case anybody that is watching this account and isn't familiar with Instagram. So to start up an Instagram account, it is very, very basic and very easy. If you don't have it on your phone already, you can get it in the Google Play Store or an apps or the Apple Store, depending on which phone you have. All you would do is download it to your phone. And then you're going to click on the app, and the app will open up in your phone, and you're going to click login. And then this shows my accounts because I've already had them set up. It's going to show an area for you to enter your email address and to enter your password information. And then just below it, it'll say create an account. So you're going to hit create an account and use a new account. Another way to start an Instagram account, which is actually a very effective way and a lot easier, is to log in with your Facebook. So you pretty much just hit this button right here. And then when you hit it, it'll take you, direct you right to your Facebook. And if you're not signed in, it'll just ask you to sign in. And then when you sign in, your account is just set up. It's very, very, very simple and easy. So I'm going to start by going into my personal account, so that you can see how it's set up and what it looks like. Okay, so this is my profile page. This is what people see when they click on a picture of mine that goes to my profile and they click on my profile. This is what people see. This is the first thing that they see when they come to your page. So there's a few very important things that you want to make sure that you're doing to create an effective following so that you're getting noticed online. The first thing I'm going to talk about is this little picture right here, your profile picture. This is very, very, very important. If you're using your personal profile and trying to create a following, you're going to want to have a picture that is of yourself, that shows you clearly on who you are, whether it be you being happy or doing something, as long as somebody can see that it's you and not you with a group of people, or you with your boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife. And the reason for that is because people, when they're looking online on Instagram, Instagram is a huge visual aspect. They don't really look as much at the name as they do the picture. And if somebody's looking for a specific individual and they see a picture of more than one person, it's going to be hard to tell which person that is that they're following. So you're going to want to have a picture of just yourself in the Instagram profile photo. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill out your bio information. And your bio information can be about what you're doing in your industry. It can be about yourself and your life. what you do, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put a link to your business in your bio, because in Instagram, it's the only place that it allows you to actually have a link that they can be clicked on that will lead to what you do for a living. And Instagram it's more like a back door to showing people your business. So I put for mine that I'm a motivational enthusiast entrepreneur at heart, loving life and helping others create success. And then I put my full Facebook profile so that people can follow me on Facebook if they like. Very easy and simple to connect. And then I put my link to my page. So when you click on this link, it actually goes to what you're doing with your business. Then the next important thing is going to be your cover page. Your cover page on your personal profile can be about things that interest you. It can be one single picture of something that's motivating. It can be what you want people to follow you for, whether it be quotes or maybe a funny picture. What I did is I used this app called Iconosquare. And in the Iconosquare app, it actually allows you to create a page that takes all of your pictures that rotate when people come to take a look at it so that they can see what you're about very quickly on the top of your page. So to do that, all you would do is you would go to iconosquare.com, which is right here. And as soon as you go to iconosquare.com, you're going to go to, it is promote. Yep, you're going to go to promote. It's on the top tab of Iconosquare. And then you're going to go down a little bit. And right here, it says profile cover. So all you're going to do is click on create your cover. And then what it does is it actually links up right to your Instagram account, because when you sign up with Iconosquare, it asks you to sign in with Instagram. Then what it's doing right now is it's actually populating pictures from my account to make a new cover page for me. So when this is done, it will show a variety of different pictures that are on my cover page. Now, this is just a new page that I had just started. So that's probably why it's coming up with only 2 pictures right now, because I've only loaded 2 pictures to it. But it will load multiple different pictures in this area right here. And then all you would do is you would right click on it and then save your image as, and then you'll save your image and then upload it to your Instagram. Very basic and very simple. And it adds a flavor appeal that stands out to your page. And there's also obviously a couple other apps that you can have an Instagram tab for your pages online through Facebook and Twitter and other accounts that it allows you to create an actual tab for people to follow you very easily. There is a photo widget. I haven't really used all of these yet. They also have an RSS feed. If you're looking for information about Iconosquare, you can put it into an RSS feed. And then even further down, they have follow buttons that you can choose, and then you can copy and paste this HTML right here to your web page or your blog. It's very, very simple. So you would just select any one of these, and then once you've selected which one you want, you would just copy it, right-click it, copy, then you'll go to your blog or your web page, and you'll insert the HTML where you want it to show up on your page. Okay. Now, the second thing I'm going to talk about just briefly is a feature page. So I'm going to talk about why you would want a feature page and what you would want to put into a feature page. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I do have another training seminar that will teach you about specifically about feature pages and how to promote them properly and the amount of time that you should be spending on them. But what a feature page is pretty much is a page that is geared towards creating followers for the industry that you are in. So this is how you're going to get targeted followers with your industry. So for example, if you're in an industry for renovations, you're going to want to maybe create a do-it-yourself page or any page that would be relating to renovations that people would be interested into, whether it be winter cleaning or how to keep your house organized. Another one you could do is if you're in personal training or a health industry, you may want to have maybe a motivational, inspirational quotes page, or a healthy eating page, or anything to do that would make people want to follow you that are in the same mindset, or they're either being in that industry themselves, or interested in that industry, or just curious to wanting to be healthy. And those are the types of people that you actually want to follow and have follow you on your feature account. And then once your feature account gets built, you can selectively start following people from that account on your personal account as well, to help start creating a more personable rapport with that person. So that's all I'm going to talk about for feature accounts today. If you do want to know more about feature accounts, you can just look up feature accounts on Instagram. I will have my video posted on my webpage and on the links below. And the next topic we're going to be going over is the do's and don'ts with Instagram. Now, there is quite a few do's and don'ts with Instagram. One of the biggest things that I think people disregard with Instagram or don't really realize is Instagram isn't really meant for just to be completely personable with your own photos of just taking pictures of yourself. So when Instagram first came out I think a few years back, I don't know the exact date, everybody took it as just an added app on Facebook where they can just post pictures of themselves and just pretty much any random pictures, a picture of my foot, or a picture of me posing, or a picture of me just finishing my deadlift. And at the time, it was cool and everything, but now Instagram is taking a huge turn, and a lot of people that are using Instagram are using it to find quality content online about things that they enjoy in life and things that they're interested in. So people aren't really following people for posting pictures about themselves. So it's not effective to have your profile completely covered with your own pictures. It's okay to have a couple pictures, couple being the key word, in your profile so that people can see that it's you, but you do not want your profile flooded with pictures. That is a big, 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 big don't in Instagram. People have actually started unfollowing and veering away from people who just have profiles of pictures of themselves, because if you think about it, what use are you going to have following that person if all you're ever going to see is pictures of them? You don't really care for that. What you want when you're on Instagram and you're going to look for following other people is stuff that you're interested in, stuff that motivates you, or that is about what you're doing in your life, or that is an interest of what you're trying to create followers for. Another don't with Instagram is following too many people. So even myself, sometimes this is a new account for me. So when I do start a new account, I follow everybody on my Facebook, and then I start unfollowing people, because it just helps create an instant traction right away to start following people, and then you can narrow it down from there to find the specific category of people that you actually want to see as a post. But you do not want to follow every single person that follows you and every single person that you come across, because once you do that and you have 5 times more followers than you do once you have 5 times more following people that you're following than followers, when you go and look at your feed on Instagram, it's just going to be cluttered, and you're never really going to be able to get through it or find resourceful information or people that you would maybe want to communicate with to build a rapport. So definitely be be choosy on who you follow. Follow people that are information that you feel is really resourceful for yourself, or something that you really like, and you enjoy their post every time, something that you would want to post yourself. That's information that is useful to you when it's on your page. Now, the other thing to following people on your pages would be something that you would want to do is, when you are following people, you're going to want to think about your targeted market, what industry you're in, and you're going to want to follow people that are A, involved with that industry, B, wanting to get involved with that industry. And you would have to kind of think about outside the box and think about, maybe what people are kind of looking for that they would want to see in that industry and start following you. So that covers the do's and don'ts, and it also covers who to follow very briefly. The next thing that we're going to talk about is how to get followers on Instagram. So what I do is I use an actual program. I use Iconosquare to help me with this, because it is a tedious task to click on a picture, comment and like, and then go out of the picture and then do it again over and over and over and over again, and be able to do that on a lot of people in a short amount of time. So being able to say, for instance, comment and like 100 to 150 pictures in an hour time frame, which is very, very possible, but doing it with just Instagram, it's very, very hard to do. So what Instagram has actually done now as well, just so you know, they only allow you to comment and like up to 150 photos in 1 hour. So they've capped it for their own purposes, but that doesn't mean that it's going to stop you. It's still very, very accomplishable, and commenting and liking 150 likes in an hour is a lot, and it will get you a very, very, very good following very fast, especially if you're doing it effectively. So this is what I do. I go over to my Iconosquare. I'll go over to my viewer, and this is where it loads all of the people that are posting. So now I can go, this is like what it would be if you were looking at your feed on your Instagram phone, that the first page that you go into on Instagram. So that's kind of what you see. And obviously you can go and you can look at more. And these are just like the most recent posts that picture of people have posted. So you can start by even just going through this very simply and finding posts that you like this one looks pretty cool, so you'll like that one, and maybe shoot a little comment, saying something like, always love what you do, would love to connect. Just very basic and simple. You're not really needing to create a conversation right away. You're just getting noticed. You're letting them know, hey, I seen your picture and I'm giving you a little comment. Right? Just comment. And then you just go over to the next picture, find ones that you like. And this is the area where you're going to kind of have to be choosy on what you want to follow and who you want to follow you, because you have to realize that when you're liking pictures in people's profiles and they see that you're liking them, they might have the intent to follow you back, right? So I usually look, this is my personal profile, and I'm a very motivational and positive person. So I'm always looking for motivational quotes or positive sayings from people, and I'll like pretty much any photos that are along those lines or looks peaceful or motivational, and I'll give it a like. And then every few photos I'll give a comment. And if you really find somebody that, like a picture that really interests you, like I haven't really seen one yet. People are posting different things recently, apparently. But yeah, if you find a poster or a picture of something that jumps out at you, like even this. I mean, it's not something that I would post, but if you're into beauty or makeup and you're following somebody and this just jumped out at me, like I saw this right away. you would want to comment on this picture, but you would also, so you'd like, you'd comment here. This is really cool. Stands out. Right, you leave a comment. I'm not going to actually post that because I don't follow for makeup or anything along those lines. It's not something that is of interest to me, as I am a male. But yeah, that's like the gist of it. And when you do find somebody that you like for this picture right here, you're going to want to click on it as well, and actually go into their profile. And when you do that and you click on their name, it'll bring up all of their most recent posts. So then what you're going to want to do to get somebody, this is what you're going to do specifically if you want somebody to actually follow you because you feel that it's a good lead or a good traction or something that you could create results down the road with. So when you find somebody that is of interest to you to start following them and you want them to follow you back, you're going to go into their profile, and then you're going to like the first 6 to 8 pages or post that they have on their profile. So you're going to go like, clicking the first 6 to 8 pages that they like, and maybe leaving 3 or 4 comments on the first 3 or 4 pictures that stand out to you. And in doing this, what's going to happen is that, I don't know if you are familiar with Instagram, if you've ever gotten notifications where you see the same person commented and liked on each one of your photos. Now, do you think that even if you had quite a bit of followings, you would notice that? It's very, very easy to notice when you have 6 to 8 comments and likes from the same person, and then that person looking at their Instagram is going to be like, oh, who's this person? Let's go click on it. So they'll go click on it, and then if it's interesting to them of what you're doing in your Instagram, they're going to follow you for it. Then the next topic that we're going to talk about from there is how to create leads targeted in your industry from that. So I've already talked about finding and commenting on people's posts. That will get you a lot of traction very, very, very fast. To do this, to target it towards your industry, you're going to want to make out maybe a little chart or list that are of keywords to your industry, or searches that you may think people might be searching that are interested in your industry, the type of market and demographics that you're looking for. For instance, personal training, you're going to want to maybe look for pictures that are healthy, or people that are posting stuff that are healthy or motivational, that are in different health groups, or maybe somebody who just started a challenge on eating healthy, anything along the lines where it will relate to your industry. And the reason for this is because this is what's going to give you targeted results when people start following you and commenting on your profile. This is how you get people to notice you in the background without you actually having to say, hey, I have a business, buy into this. This is a way to get people to follow you and get them to be curious about you, so that they start investigating themselves and looking at what you're about. So to create targeted leads in your industry, one way to do this is to search hashtags on your Instagram. So I don't know if it's going to let me do this on my computer, because yeah, it's not going to let me do this on my computer, I don't believe. No. Okay, so for yourself on your phone, when you're searching for hashtags, you want to find popular hashtags, but you also want to find hashtags that are still popular, but not to the point of where 1 million people are posting on them, because that's where you're going to find the quality leads. Because when you use hashtags, it will stay up there longer. So using that in that sense will help create the proper following for your Instagram. And another way that is a targeted way to get leads on Instagram is through video. So Instagram, about a few months back, they came out with this new app for Instagram, and it's a video app, and it's 15 seconds long. So this is a way for you to say something about yourself, something that's motivational, or maybe even a little spiel about your business, or just saying hello and hey, come check me out. This is what I'm about. Click the link below. Stuff along those lines is how you're going to get people to follow you for who you are and become interested in what you're doing. Because Instagram isn't necessarily a in-your-face marketing where you're trying to go to people and get them to sign up right away. It's more of a backdoor, creating a rapport with people, creating a following, getting people to like you for who you are. And from there, they'll start engaging with your photos. And when they start engaging with your photos and your links, you have links to your profile, they're going to start clicking on them because they're going to want to be curious as to what you're doing because they're seeing you post photos all the time. So that's how you're going to connect people together. Now, a very important part to doing targeted searches is using hashtags properly. So this is going to be the last thing that I go over in this training. Using your hashtags properly is very, very, very key because a lot of people, when they use hashtags, they don't realize the effect of them, what they're doing, and what they're used for. So I'm going to go over that very briefly. So a hashtag is to put you in front of your audience for a brief period of time. Brief period of time is dependent on how popular that hashtag and how many people are using that hashtag at that current time. You're going to want to have two different kinds of hashtags that you use. You're going to want to have hashtags that are very, very, very popular that you post, and maybe you'll get a few followers because it was up on that hashtag for 5 to 10 seconds. But you're also going to want to have a selected group of hashtags that are geared towards your industry, that when people do search for those hashtags, they are more than likely to find your photo on there because there's not 5 million people posting. There's maybe 60 or 70,000 people that are posting on those photos. So it doesn't refresh as often as somebody where a hashtag, say like love, which is a very commonly used hashtag, and there's on average about 2 million people using it at a time. So when you go to explore on your Instagram and you look at the hashtag love and you start refreshing your button, the first picture that you look at isn't on the screen the second that you hit the refresh button. And that's because there's so many people posting that it just keeps on getting flooded and refreshed. So if you think about it and you go and you hashtag love, your photo may or may not be seen by millions and millions of people. It may just be seen, glanced by a few thousand people, and then you may get 1 or 2 likes from it because it was there for a few seconds. When you use targeted hashtags that are geared towards your industry and they are less not less popular, but not used as much, those hashtags are the ones that people will be able to find and search and follow you much more effectively when they're searching for just themselves and not an individual person. So using hashtags properly, the first thing that you're going to want to know about using hashtags properly is when to put and where to put the hashtags. A lot of people will go, and when they first get into Instagram and they want to make a post, they will go and they'll post their hashtags right in their description in the first comment, which is a big, big, big no-no. The reason for that is because when you put it in your first comment, and I've done it a few times, so I can actually, pretty sure I can show you. Yeah, right here. So when you put this in your first comment, you can't delete your hashtags. They stay there permanently. So as I stated before, when you're using hashtags, they're only really briefly seen, especially popular ones, for maybe 15 to 20 seconds at a time. Now, you've just wasted a comment on all these hashtags that are now no longer useful, and you can't delete them. And this is something that a lot of people are disregarding. So when you're writing your description in for your photo, you never want to put your hashtags in that description. What you want to do is you want to post that photo and put your hashtags in your comment box below, which I believe I have down here, a little bit further down. Nope, this would be right up here. Nope, that one has one. Yeah, see, and this is something that I was actually unaware of and just became aware of, and it's very, very, very crucially important. So I just started doing this, and all you pretty much do is after you post your picture, you're going to go and find hashtags that are relevant to your industry and copy and paste them in your comment box. Now, the reason why you want to do this is because this gives you the ability to delete your hashtags and reuse new hashtags. So it allows you to get more viewings and more exposure for every picture that you're posting. Instagram allows you to do this 3 times per photo. After 3 times, that hashtag that you're commenting on is left there permanently. So on the 3rd time when you put your hashtags in, you're going to want it to be the targeted hashtags that I was talking about before. The first 2 times you can make your hashtags the more popular hashtags to maybe get it seen more. And the last thing that I'm going to talk about that's actually very, very new with Instagram is direct messaging. So direct messaging is something that they came out with a couple months back, and they allow you to send a video to somebody, or sorry, a video or a picture to somebody directly so that you can contact them and have them know who you are because of whether it be a comment that they had posted on your picture, or it be a picture that you've seen of on their profile that was very motivating, or maybe a picture that you've seen that they had a question about, or something that they looked like they were struggling in that you could maybe help them. These are all very, very, very key points to being able to create a good funnel for Instagram, because Instagram is about creating a good following of people that are active on your Instagram. Because when you're doing this and you target it towards your industry, people will start actively seeking you out and asking you questions and posting and commenting more on your profile. And that is how you get consistent, good quality leads with Instagram. This is the BP Ninja signing off. I hope you enjoyed the training. Have a great day. I fucked it up. Have a great day. Are you kidding me? Targeted for your industry as well. And then lastly, the thing that we're going to talk about is, all right, hello everybody. This is Brent Phillips here, the BP Ninja. I am here today to help you with Instagram and recruiting. This video is going to be on, it specializes in recruiting with Instagram. And the topics that we're going to be talking about today are setting up your profile for appearance based on whether it's your business or your personal profile. What the fuck? Where the fuck? I don't know what happened. Let's do this.